Hello Internets, this is BoneCarlos coming to you live with a quote-unquote weapons optimization guide. Today we're going to be taking a look at the AA12. Not the powerhouse it was in Modern Warfare 2, nonetheless it is quite fun to use in Part 3. Unlocked at level 8, it is the first shotgun you get that is fully automatic. It does house 8-round ammo capacity, 12 if you slap on extended mags. It does have the highest rate of fire out of any shotgun at 400 RPM, and each shell spits out a total of 8 pellets. Now each of those pellets does 15 damage up close, 5 at a distance. So when all said and done, the math is going to come out to 120 damage up close, 40 at a distance. With the damage proficiency, it does boost the damage up to 21.7, so 168.56. While the range is actually the lowest out of any shotgun, and the damage drop off does begin at 7.5 meters and then it works its way down to 11.25. With range, it does bump it up to 7.825 meters and then it ends up at 14.75. Now the reload time is fairly high for a shotgun. It does come in at 3.58 if you're just going to be reloading it at empty, and it's going to even out to exactly 2 seconds if you're just going to be adding on to your magazine. As for the intangibles, the iron sights, I mean, guess they work, but it is going to be a shotgun, and more so on a fully automatic shotgun, you're very rarely going to be able to, you very rarely need to aim down sights. Now the recoil is fairly high, but if you're going to be pumping out so many shells, so many pellets that it's not really going to be a problem. So before we get started into the actual class setup that I want to recommend, I would actually like to say that at first this shotgun was very difficult to get used to, and it was very frustrating, but after a while, I would say around level 20 or so, I found myself just really enjoying using this weapon, and it was just quite fun to use. Even though my kill death ratio, I think with using this weapon, was at about just barely over 1. It was just overall fun, and really that's all you really want out of a video game. So let's go ahead and get into the class that I would recommend, and starting off with the proficiency, and I chose range over damage. The reason being is that you're churning out so many bullets, so many pellets, so many cartridges so quickly that having range to be able to bring down your enemy more consistently beats being able to bring down your opponent up close in one shot, in my opinion. Now for the attachment, there are really only 2 attachments that are viable for the shotgun class. It's going to either be grip or extended mags. Now since you are churning out so many cartridges so quickly, extended mags is the obvious choice. Grip does help a little bit, but not so much that it's going to take preference over extended mags. Now for the first perk, it's entirely up to you and entirely up to your playstyle. I ended up going with Scavenger for obvious reasons. You're going to be churning through so much ammo that being able to pick up more ammo from those ammo packets is an obvious choice. But Sleight of Hand is actually very valuable as well. You're going to be able to reload quicker, obviously, and also if you do manage to get yourself in a tight situation, being able to switch to your offhand weapon that much quicker is just fairly self-explanatory. For the second perk, I ended up going with Assassin for obvious reasons. I mean, none of the other perks really jumped out at me. Quick Draw, you don't really need, so you're not going to be aiming down the sights. Overkill, not really for obvious reasons. Blast Shield, not so much. This isn't going to be a class that you're going to be trying to capture points. You're not going to be trying to capture points or anything of that nature. More than likely going to be rushing. But when I found that once I got behind enemy lines, I kind of was really worried about radar. So Assassin was the obvious choice. Hardline you can also use if you lose lower kill streaks, which I do end up using in some of these clips. Now for the third perk, I am going to go ahead and say hands down the best perk to use would be Steady Aim. Stalker you're not going to use for obvious reasons. Dead Silence you don't really need much in team games, more so in free-for-all. But Steady Aim is really the perk that I would recommend just to be able to use the pro version of it and bring up your weapon that much quicker after sprinting. It really saved me in a lot of situations. So that was it. Range, extended mags, Scavenger or Sleight of Hand, Assassin, Hardline if you're feeling squirrely, and Steady Aim are my recommendations. I hope you guys enjoyed. If not, leave a comment down below on what I could do to make these more enjoyable for you. Also, if there's a weapon class you want me to do next, leave a comment down below as well. Otherwise, I'm going to get on out of here because I need to be bedridden. Blech.